What is going on, everybody? I'm Sean, and welcome to the Spooky Horror Show. I'm joined by Anthony, and tonight
Hello.
we're going to be doing his pick of the, it's a 2017, right? I have
2017
right.
British horror film.
Yeah, it is 2017. Okay. I wrote it. I don't know if it's actually factual. The British
so
horror
we're
film,
not quoting this. We're just saying we think it's around this 2017.
Yeah, it's 2017, 2018, something like that. The Ritual. It's a Netflix original. But before we get into that, Anthony, how's your week been?
I pass.
Still the yeah, because this week the kitty. Yeah, kind of the same. It's
fuck this week.
Yeah,
fucking terrible.
It's just a lot of editing, a lot of writing. I've been playing the shit out of Power Washer Simulator. It is
Power Washer Simulator, everyone.
Yes, dude.
My man is having fun playing other fucking cleaning other items.
Yes, it's so fucking soothing. I don't understand why, but it just is. It's just sitting there for like I think I was doing the Bigfoot treehouse level, and it took like 2.5 hours to get everything to power wash every single thing that was there. Yes, everything was dirty. It was disgusting.
That's the weirdest thing, dude. But then again, we did play that House Flippers. I mean,
oh my god, the coffee's still way too hot. But yeah, so far everything is, you know, the week's been, it is what it is, and everything. But
that's basically been my life.
The past,
it
like,
is what it is.
weeks.
Yeah, it's just keep bringing it, bitch. Just keep throwing it my way.
But all right, since the weeks have been shit, we will jump right into the production facts. The Ritual is a 2017 British horror film directed by David Bruckner and written by Joe Bart. It's based on a novel of the same name by Adam Neville. It was shot on location in the Carpathian Mountains in Romania. Yeah,
I could see that. Beautiful landscape too.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely gorgeous.
It's cinematically gorgeous. These shots.
I still don't know if I'd ever want to go to Romania, but
oh god, no, that was the scariest fucking woods in the world. I would never want to go there either. It's like saying I want to go to the suicide fucking woods. Like, no, I'm good. I'll just watch it on fucking screen.
It stars Rafe Spall, Asher Ali, Robert James Collier, and Sam Troughton. I believe that's how you say his last name. Sam Troughton. Troughton. This guy.
We are very sorry we're butchering your name there.
I apologize. You're all great actors unless you are Dom. If you're the character of Dom, you suck and I hate you. I don't know what the production budget was for the movie. Because it was a Netflix original. It had a limited theatrical release, and it made almost $1.8 million from a limited release.
Oh, okay. I would honestly think that they had more, not an open budget because it's fucking Netflix, but it's going to be rather high. They're very high. Up there in their streaming services to keep doing this.
I don't know if Netflix. It might be in the fun facts. I don't remember. I usually do the fun facts and everything else before I jump into like going through the plot and shit. So that's usually the first thing I forget. But I'm pretty sure Netflix bought this at a film festival. So Netflix didn't pay for it to get made. It was made
and they bought the rights to it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Netflix does.
It's fucking garbage.
But before we get into the spoilers, what is your spoiler-free review?
Oh, I've watched this. I had to recommend this movie. I've watched it probably 7 times before now. Then I watched it 3 more times this week. It's shot beautifully. They tell you as much as you need in the story to keep it suspenseful, and it gives you a lot of backstory and keeps going back to it, so you never forget why they're there. In my opinion, why it's happening, and all this other shit, and you can never forget that one dude is a fucking dick.
Yep,
he's
Dom.
Just
fucking dumb,
a dick. So I had to recommend it.
Wait, shit, is it dumb or is it? Hold on,
I don't remember the name of the dude, but we'll get to that when we get into the actual story.
It's Dom. The dude that hurts his knee.
Hurts his knee? No. I'm talking about the dude that was inside the fucking. Watch his friend get fucking killed.
He's not a dick.
That dude's a dick.
He's not.
He's a dick.
No.
There was a million fucking times in this. A million times in this. This motherfucker hid.
No, absolutely not.
No.
He hid once.
I'd help you.
The time he's warning everyone.
No. There was several times he hid behind a fucking tree. Okay, no, we can't do this. We got to get back into this. No, continue what we're doing.
I will later go into how you are wrong. But,
no.
Okay.
But are you talking about that? No, but Dom is the one with the glasses. That fucking idiot, right? That guy's he's just a fucking male Karen the whole fucking time.
The whole
he is not helping the situation in any fashion.
And yeah, even though, you know, a large part of this is guilt and everything, Dom blames the Luke. Luke is the guy that you're thinking of. Dom blames Luke for everything that's happening.
For everything,
and calling him a coward. Yet Dom does the exact same fucking thing and hides while someone else is in trouble.
The fucker's hurt the whole time like a bitch,
I don't.
Man.
Oh, my meniscus. Oh, shut the fuck up.
I know.
Shut up.
I know.
Okay,
I'm watching this thinking it was a different movie where his ankle got infected. I'm like, that isn't the same fucking movie. I forgot about that. You know what I'm talking about.
That's the Blair Witch.
Okay, you know what I mean.
Where the chick is, it's the remake that has James Allen.
I think
McCune,
so. Yes.
And they're walking through the water, and she steps on something, and it's like that.
That's it.
Everyone.
Then I watched it play out, and I was like, no, what the fuck?
Everyone hates
it's a decent movie.
I like that movie.
Decent movie.
It could just be that I'm a really big fan of James Allen McCune. I love him from his Sugar Pine.
Don't even know who the fuck that is. I just know I like the movie.
Yeah, he was the blonde guy, like the main person.
Okay.
Yeah, he was also on a YouTube channel called Sugar Pine 7, which was hilarious. And he was also in the first season of The Walking Dead. I think he was on Herschel's farm. Yeah.
Oh, he was he
was killed.
Okay, I was just saying he was a stand-in, he was
a character.
One of the background actors.
No, he was a named character. He was on screen. He had lines. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good movie. And no, this is not the same thing. But yeah, I fractured my heel skateboarding and walked on it for 6 fucking months from Staten Island to an express bus into Manhattan, and then walking 7 blocks to school, and then walking up and down those flights for 6 months before I was like,
let me tell you.
And this guy's
women line up. He has apparently godly sperm. This man is a god among men.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's survival.
Yeah, honest. When I was in EMT, I actually did have a little old lady that she slipped at the crosswalk, broke her ankle, but not a compound, when it breaks through and you can see the bone. And she was just trying to hobble on it. She's like, no, I can't. We could just walk in. I'm like, what the fuck? Lay down.
Yeah.
She fucking made it.
My mother raised me.
Don't be no bitch.
Even
you're also Irish, okay?
Yeah, my father was around and everything. It's not like he fucking left. But my mother did kind of raise me by herself. But she raised me in a walk it off. So I basically I fractured my heel. And I walked on it for 6 months. It was freshman year of high school, and I was going to school at the Manhattan High School of Art and Design. Would your headphones stop working?
Nah, it sounded weird on my ear, so it's half covering it.
Oh, but yeah, and I walked on it for 6 months. It hurt. I'm not saying it didn't hurt, but I had to go to school, and my mom wouldn't take me to a fucking hospital and everything. She was like, just walk it off, you're fine. It wasn't until one morning I got out of bed, and when I put my foot down, I collapsed and vomited from pain.
From pain?
That's when I went, this motherfucker is gingerly walking, steps on a rock the wrong way, and he's like, oh, I can't make it. Oh. And I'm like, oh, go fuck yourself, Dom.
Wasn't he actually the one that didn't want to even do the hiking? He's like, oh, why do we gotta go hiking?
Yeah.
This hiking's fun, bitch. Yeah, in the woods.
He's just a whiny fucking bitch, and I hate him. But anyway, the movie itself is fantastic. It's beautifully shot. The acting is great. The monster is dope as shit.
Oh yeah. That was fucking cool. You can't really understand the deity it is. There's so many other creatures in it. And, bro, great fucking movie.
But This is an absolute 5 out of 5. Everyone should go see this movie.
100%.
Yeah. But all right, you ready for some spoilers?
Let's do
some
this.
fucking spoilers. So, it's 5 friends: Phil, Dom, Hutch, Luke, and Rob. They meet at a pub to discuss plans for a group like a group holiday. Rob suggests hiking in Sweden. That sounds dope, but the guys aren't about that type of physical activity. They want to go to Vegas. They want to go to fucking Ibiza and stuff. And I fucking hate that it said that way. I don't
really
know.
Said that way?
Yeah, Ibiza. Yeah.
Oh,
the Z is a TH, apparently. Yeah. I don't know how old they're supposed to be. I'm figuring
They
they're
look
in
like
their
30, dude.
like late 30s. But could you
Yeah.
just imagine how nice it is to just have like
Freedom to do
disposable
shit like
income
that?
every
Bro.
year, just go on trips with friends? Even when I wasn't married and didn't have a kid, I did not have the
Swear,
money
dude.
to go traveling.
I had 3 jobs, and I did fucking
yeah,
as a kid.
yeah. I was in high
Like-
school and had 2 jobs, and when I was in college,
It
I
was
had
fucking
3.
terrible. Like,
Oh,
but they
yeah,
all,
it's
they
just-
all kind of look like those Fortune 500 type guys. Like
Yeah,
they're on the Wall
so-
Street, or they work in a fucking giant city.
Yeah, so
So-
it does make me wonder what they do for a living. But yeah, I just like they're sitting there and they're like,
I'm gonna have to read
"Oh,
this book now.
why don't we go to Ibiza or Belgium or Germany?" It's like, motherfucker, it would cost me the same amount of money for you to go to Belgium from England than it would for me to go from like fucking Texas to New York.
Fucking
Actually,
New York,
it would
yeah.
actually it would probably cost me more to go from
Yep.
Texas to New York than it would for you
It's
to
like
go
almost
there.
like
Fuck you.
$1,200
Yeah, fuck you.
one way.
I fucking
It's
I don't I
fucking-
already
it's
don't
up
like
there.
them, and I'm like, man, I can't wait for people to start dying.
That's fucking terrible. Okay, counter now.
Yeah, get ready. Okay, so after leaving the bar, they still haven't made a decision on where to go. So Luke decides he wants to run into the store and buy some alcohol. Rob joins him,
Alcohol.
and while still shooting the shit, they realize they just walked in on a robbery in progress. Luke hides. Bob could have joined him, but he stands there frozen like I
What
don't.
am I gonna do?
Yeah, it's like fucking hide.
Whoa.
Fucking hide. Like, don't just stand there.
Bro, this dude was like,
Yeah, wait, but this is the thing. Like, they see the girl like down all beat up, and Luke is all like, "What the fuck is happening?"
What the?
And he starts,
But they did. I see. There
he
is no
starts back-
reaction.
he starts
Yeah.
backing up, and then like they come out with the like I guess the shop owner or whatever.
Yeah.
and
You
fucking-
had plenty of time to fucking run out
Yeah.
to do anything. Anything. They did.
Yeah.
They did nothing. Which I get it. In a situation like that, I do understand. You freeze,
Yeah.
whatever.
But it's
like,
the
you were
fact that like
doomed.
he throws there, but these people are walking out of the back room. It's not like they're walking out with their back out. They're walking out looking. So like, how did you not fucking see him? They didn't see him until Luke accidentally bumped into a fucking wine bottle and
Yeah.
it made noise. And then they were like, "Oh, whatever." Fucking, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like cool British like slang and shit to say, but all I have in my head right now is "in it." That's about
Ain't it?
in it.
Ain't it, governor?
But yeah. Oh, we can't make fun of we can't make fun of the accent.
Not
The
making
Queen just
fun
died.
of anybody.
The Queen just died. That's
Give
gonna
a
date
flying
the podcast.
Fuck about
too.
that goddamn queen. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Colonizing piece of shit.
But yeah. So Luke
You
hides. and
can
Rob
send
could have
that hate
joined him.
mail to fucking Murdoch 12186 at gmail.com, and that is my fucking email. God save the fucking queen.
Luke hides and Rob could have joined him, but he stands frozen. Luke hides. He bumps into a bottle, and then they spot Rob. While the thieves are
Now I
harassing Rob
have
for
to
his...
ask.
Wait, hold on. While the
Okay.
thieves are harassing Rob for his valuables, Luke decides he's deciding how to intervene. You see him with the bottle. He's like, "Okay,
The
what
bottle,
am I gonna do?"
yeah, the bottle knows. Yeah,
But he continues to hide, and the thieves kill Rob because he won't give them the wedding ring. It's understandable not wanting to give up your wedding
I
ring.
was just gonna say, I kind
But-
of get it.
It then becomes the one kid's, "Oh, just bash his head in," or whatever the fuck he says, and
Bash his head.
they hit him in the head with a pipe, and he falls. And
Okay.
see,
I
you
was
see
gonna
that Luke
ask.
is
I thought it
gonna
was a
do something.
machete.
No. It was a pipe.
Oh,
But Luke
Watched
sees
that
it
movie like 10
happen,
times.
and that's when he freezes. That's when he completely freezes. and that's
Well, yeah,
understandable.
It's problematic if you don't, if you're not okay with shit. Like
but you're
that.
saying he's a dick because he hid. That's the only time.
No,
he
I mean,
hides.
as he's a dick, as in like he didn't do nothing. Not like he isn't a human being or nothing.
What is he? What is he gonna
he's
do
a
though?
Dick.
Like,
I'm just,
you know,
in
it's
my
just a
opinion,
friend.
you
It's
gotta
not
do
his wife
something.
or his kid. I can make new friends.
Oh my God! You heard it here, bro. Apparently, every one of us are expendable. Remember that subbing time, expendable.
I mean, fuck,
Boom,
family's
right there.
family's not even that important because I
Honestly,
don't
I
speak
think
to any of my
I-
family.
I was gonna say honestly, I would question him if one of the family members go missing with him.
Yeah,
Because there's no love.
I don't
There's
talk
no
to
love
them
there.
either. So
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
So I'm at the doctor's office and they start asking family history, so we know mine. And then they get to the mom. I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't know where she's at. She's like, gave me this look of like, oh, I was like, no, it's good. And she just gave me a horrid look. I was like, oh, okay. Shit happens.
But here's something that I have, and I don't know if this is what you wanted to bring up. Before the little thief, because it's always the tiny one that's all like, oh, I'm a tough guy. Oh, look at me. It's like little big dog syndrome. Before he cracks Rob in the face with the pipe, Rob looks back at Luke.
No, he looks dead at him. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. How did they not notice him when he looked? He kind of gave a look of like,
yeah.
I don't know, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm lying. Yeah. You know,
right? Like,
but they didn't notice him. You don't follow the eyesight.
Someone. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you're trying to rob someone, and this dude like is looking at you. He's like, what do I do? It's like, who the fuck are you looking at over there? Like, that's the shit that you do. And they're just like, oh, crack him in the face, in it, and stuff. And it's like, whatever, man, whatever. But he's dead.
But he's dead.
I even have it. Look what I have
written.
Look what I have written. Well, Rob's dead.
He does. It's on the script.
Well,
it's on the script. Well, Rob's dead.
It's 6 months later. The remaining 4 embark on that hiking trip wanted to go on in I have it written Kungsleden. I think that's like supposed to be the Swedish name for it, but in English it's King's Trail. Right? Yeah, in the northern Sweden, between Sweden and Norway. This whole hike is in Rob's memory. They end the first day up on this hilltop. They set up a picture of Rob, light some candles, set down some mementos, and take out.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, they take a drink from a flask, and at the end, Hutch pours the rest of the flask out in Rob's memory before closing the lid and placing it on the memorial. Him pouring out the last of the whatever booze was in it was fucking comical with how long it was being poured out, to the point that as he's pouring it out, they even look at him like it's still going. Like, you know, it's like
it's like Hermione's bag. It's like, that's a never-ending fucking flask, bro.
And then it's just like, all right, I guess we're done. What happens? Hutch and Luke talk that night while looking out over the hills, and Hutch tells Luke, no matter what anyone says, what happened to Rob was not his fault, because it wasn't.
To just reassure him.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
I feel when someone says
thieves.
it that many, I feel like when people say that, it sounds condescending after so many times of saying it. It's like, dude, well, I got it. Like, yeah,
it's one of those,
dealing with it.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like, hey, no matter what anyone says, your dick isn't small.
Oh
you know?
My God.
You know? That's what, no matter what anyone says, it's not your fault. It's like, wait, what the fuck are people saying?
Yeah, like, you know? Yes. See, like, that's what I'm saying. Like after a certain amount of time, you're like, all right, why do you keep on fucking saying this to me?
Yeah,
like, I got it already. I'm just dealing with it. Like, what the fuck? Making me kind of question you.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, hold on. The next morning, they start early when woken up by a sudden strong rainstorm. Later that day, Dom, that douchebag, injures his knee. It's his meniscus.
Annoys me.
I know. It's his meniscus, though. Don't worry. He doesn't need a doctor because he's done it before. It's like, oh, what?
A reoccurring injury?
Yeah, maybe you should learn how to walk on it then. Because he's like, oh, it's shit. It's all torn to shit. And it's like...
I don't think that dude does much physical stuff. That's why he was so opposed to all of it. The other guys might not have been fit, but like they all look like they a little more more athletic looking.
Like in the photo that we have up for the ritual, I believe it says they should have gone to Vegas. That was the original like tagline that it was supposed to be, but the movie was coming out right at the time of the Vegas shootings, and that's when they changed it to they should have gone to Ibiza and everything. And that's why the line in there, I think they bring up Vegas in that thing where he's like, oh, you know, if we were in Vegas, this wouldn't have happened.
This wouldn't have happened. Yeah.
And they were like, you still would have found something to trip over. and
Oh,
everything.
100%.
So it's like it's that
100%.
point.
He's that guy.
Where are we?
Could
They have
fucking
about
kill a wet
another
dream, that guy.
yeah, they have another 6 hours before they camp again, and another 8 hours before they reach the lodge. Hutch suggests that they cut through the forest rather than using the longer marked trail, in the off chance of sparing Dom further suffering, and I'm sure them suffering having to listen to him whine. So
This whole entire time, nobody thought you're in a fucking woods, a bunch of sticks everywhere. No one thought to give him like a walking stick.
No.
Fucking, brace it so we don't have to carry this fucking bastard.
No. I honestly,
these are common sense fucking things. Am I
honestly,
wrong for thinking that?
No, I honestly probably would have thrown him over my shoulder and just like fireman
carried.
Like no, I'm not dealing with you fucking whining. But then of course doing that,
he's
he'd
not
probably
gonna
be like,
wanna
"Oh,
walk."
you're bouncing too much." It's like, shut the fuck up, Dom. You suck. Luke doesn't like that plan. He's already getting like a strange feeling about the woods. And he suggests that they leave Dom and Phil up here with all the food, and then him and Hutch just like make a run for it and quickly get help. Apparently, they decided that was not the thing to do.
Yeah, I was saying in my head, like split the food and do it that way, because clearly this dude's gonna need to be air vac. Because once he gets there, he'll be like, "Oh, I gotta collapse."
Yeah,
one of those fucking things, and not walk. So
no, they decide not to go with that plan. Or
of course,
honestly, like when you watch the rest of the movie, Luke's plan might have seemed like he was
what do you mean?
Basically trying to cut and run. We'll just leave them with the food and we'll go get help. But at the same time, that's probably the smarter plan if they had just made base camp there.
Yeah.
And then Hutch and Luke just make the run, because then they don't have to walk behind him and make sure he's okay. They can walk, run, whatever at a faster pace to cut down time. Because it's like, I don't know.
On top of that, it was early on. It's also early on, and you notice that it seems like that the god is the deity, not the god. It's further in, more in it. The closer they go in, the more they have more of it. So stay on the outskirts of it. Yeah, you might just live.
Had they done Luke's plan and left those two there and just took the path and just ran it?
Just ran it.
Because like you could see the lodge.
There was like we said, there is beautiful imagery where they had a huge scene of the go from like the floor up slowly into the woods, and but you could see this trail we're talking about. It's almost like a clearing almost that you could see like the exit, but it's a beautiful landscape.
Yeah,
they should have done it. That's my opinion.
So yeah, they decide not to do that, and like I was saying, now it's probably because they thought like Hutch was probably like, well, he's probably just trying to do like what he did with Rob and just run away and hide. So they decide to just take the forest path, which is the stupid path. They come across a rusted out VW bus. When they enter the okay, First is the rusted bus.
Okay.
When they enter the forest, Phil notices how eerily quiet the forest is. The group continues through the woods, breaking branches in their path. I'm assuming this is to mark their path, right?
Yeah.
I've never done it. I've never gone like full like, oh, hiking. I've gone hiking, but never to the point where it's like, hey, we need to like mark our path so we're not going backwards. Well, but I was noticing how they
try to not get fucking lost like that. You're on a trail that has markers, but
yeah, so it's
that's
like
one way how you can do it.
Yeah, because I was
the problem is branches break all the fucking time. So
yeah, well, I was noticing that like they were breaking them in like a very methodical way.
Yeah,
and everything.
That they would only know.
Yeah. They are startled by the appearance of a gutted elk hanging from several branches. This is disgusting. It's a fresh kill and still dripping blood. They make
a predator.
They make the smart decision to get the fuck out before whatever did it comes back. As night falls, a torrential rainstorm forces them to find shelter. Luke spots strange symbols carved into a tree and what looks like an abandoned cabin. They break in and decide, they break in and decide to stay the night. Luke hears strange noises outside that freak him out. Luke does not want to stay at all. Like, he knows something isn't fucking
some shit's going down. But you're inside of a building, though. You're inside of a structure.
Yeah, that isn't good either. We'll get to why that's
not good.
No,
it is. It isn't good, and
I'd rather stay out in the rain. Luke doesn't want to stay. Something doesn't feel right, and the noises that he just heard is legit, like, still scaring him. Inside, they search for supplies.
Him even.
Yeah. Inside, they search for supplies to start a fire. Dom starts breaking shit to use as kindling, while Luke just stares out the door into the woods as if he's keeping watch. Phil
Now,
finds what?
do you see? Is this? I think it came up to this scene. Did you see it the first time you watched it in the far distance on the
Nope.
tree?
Nope. I had to rewind and see it.
Yeah,
And then
I took me like the fourth fucking. Every time I'm like, what
It's
the
there-
fuck
there's
is he
something
looking
there.
at? Yeah, and then you
There's-
finally see it, and like the hand just goes, and
Yep.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep. And it's like, and everyone's just like, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. It's like, motherfucker.
Oh,
I
there's
saw
something there.
I fucking saw it. Okay, yeah. So
Mind games.
Phil finds a statue of twigs, well, made of twigs, and it's it's in the shape of a decapitated human torso with antlers for hands, and he calls for everyone to come up. Phil tells him this shit is witchcraft, and they need to just ignore it for the night and just get the fuck out. They start the fire. They discuss the effigy, and Luke states it would be smarter to go back the way they came and take the regular path. Hutch doesn't want to do that because it'll just add another day to their hike. And
But that's the
even
known
though,
path.
yeah, even though he did say earlier that he wanted to stay out earlier. Like, I think it was like when they were on the hilltop, he was
Yeah.
talking about once they get back, he wanted to resupply and go back out. So now he's complaining that he doesn't want to add more time to it, but it would be the safer option. So,
I think it would have been.
so. I think it's just more whenever Luke
Might have even
comes up with a
saved some
plan.
lives.
Whenever Luke comes up with a plan, they're just
Oh, it's
all
immediately
trying to
no.
find ways to shoot it down.
Oh yeah.
Because
It's
no matter
very-
what
it
anyone
seems like it's
says,
very
it is his
one-sided.
fault.
Yes. It's very one-sided.
What was it? Yeah, Dom even says if this was a shortcut, it wouldn't be called a shortcut. It would be called the route. And it's true. It's nothing is a shortcut if it's not the actual
Right.
way to go. Like you would make a
Wouldn't
route.
that be the shortcut?
Yeah. That night, Luke has a nightmare about the robbery, but is violently woken up and finds himself outside with his chest bleeding. He hears screams and runs back to the cabin to wake up Hutch from a nightmare. He has pissed himself.
Oh,
Dom
yes,
is
he
all
has.
twisted up, and they find Phil naked and praying to that weird statue. Yeah, so disturbed by their unconscious actions, which I don't know what they're.
Unconscious actions are. Well, I guess
'Cause-
they were like they thought
'cause,
they were in a
like,
dream
Luke-
state.
Luke found himself outside.
Yeah.
Hutch
it
was
like a
pissing
dream.
himself for some reason. We never know why.
He
Dom
never
is
told his
calling-
dream. Yeah.
Yeah, Dom is calling out for his wife, and Phil is naked praying to a fucking statue thing. The group tries to find a
man.
way out. Dom has to take a break because he's a fucking baby. Luke says he's going to run up to the top of the ridge and try to see where they are. While trying to figure out their location, Luke spots a large figure amongst the trees and runs back to tell the group, but Dom doesn't believe him. Dom blames Luke for them being here on this hike and for the death of Rob, and eventually calls Luke a coward for letting Rob die to save himself. I'm kind of stuck here. This is kind of the thing we were arguing about before.
Okay.
I personally don't think Luke is to blame for
I
Rob's
don't
death.
think he's to blame. No, I don't think he's to blame.
Yeah,
I
that,
just feel that I don't think it was. I think there's something that could have been prevented there. At least, there's two of them. They could have at least tried to get
They
him to
could've.
opposite. They could have done something, but they didn't. It is what it is.
the all of that shit happened because of those tweakers robbing the place.
Oh yeah, 100%. They
However,
they were there to do some damage.
Had he stood his ground with Rob, it might have scared away the robbers, right? Or it could have gotten both of them killed.
Yeah, you never know.
If Rob hid with Luke, they could have both survived, but the store clerks could have been killed. If Luke
Yeah.
charged in after hiding, starting to swing that bottle around, he could have been killed, but Rob survives. Or the
Rob
robbers,
survived, yeah.
seeing they're outnumbered, could have just bounced and everyone is okay.
Yeah.
What
Too
the
many
number
variables.
the number one thing is that Dom needs to shut his fucking mouth because
God, you
that
don't
tubby
like him at
fuck
all.
would have done the exact same thing, and they have no idea what the fuck happened in that store because they were fucking outside. They
Yes.
did not come in, they stayed the fuck outside. Plus the
Yes.
fact that boo-hoo, your friend died. That sucks. I get it. But Luke had to watch it happen. You don't think he's more fucked up having to live through that and deal with that trauma? And shouldn't you be there for your other friend
Yeah,
instead of being
but
a
he's
total
not.
piece of
He's,
shit?
I don't think. But I don't think
None of
those
them
two
are.
were close. I
None
don't
of
think
them
those
are,
two were
though.
close back then. No, but back then, I feel like
Yeah.
Luke was one of those friends that was friends with like the one dude and kind of like was around. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he was the outside of the group that was still hanging around. Because they don't treat Luke very well, but we don't know their relationship beforehand.
Like they keep making it seem like they've all been friends for a while, but maybe like Rob was the more like well-liked one. But it's still the fact that you don't know what happened in there. And their whole thing was, well, he had his head bashed in and you didn't have blood on you. So obviously it's your fault.
So yeah, but I didn't understand that. Like
it's like, how about just be there for your fucking friend? And when Luke what is it? We're getting up to that part. So Luke punches Dom in the face, knocking him to the ground, and walks ahead of the group. Hutch runs after him, and Luke Luke asks him if he feels the same way. Hutch responds, "I don't know." That's the wrong fucking answer. That is the wrong answer. Yes, one of your friends died. Another one of your friends watched it happen.
Yeah.
Like, don't you think, yes, that one's dead, but like I said, boo-hoo, he's dead. You're mourning him. You still have another friend that you can clearly see is not well.
He's all okay.
He's become withdrawn from fucking everyone.
And guilt.
Yeah. So it's like, shouldn't you fucking like be there for him? Make sure that the friend that's still alive is okay. There's nothing you can do for the fucking dead one. He's dead. Like, well, you know, it's like, had they not all died, I probably would have not been friends with them anymore. Like after this trip, I would have just bounced and gone my own way.
Be like, yeah, nah, you know what? This was a bad idea. We've learned a lot on this whole trip.
No more guy trips. We're done.
Thing. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, live out that life, pal.
The group comes up to a cloth covered in dirt. They pull it out of the ground and find that it's a tent. Inside the buried tent, they find shoes and a wallet. And the wallet is a family photo and a credit card that expired in 1984. The group realizes that this is not a good sign because it's fucking not. But Hutch assures them that they're registered with the lodge. So in a couple of hours, if they don't come back, they'll be marked as missing and they'll send out a search party.
I don't really know if that's how that works sometimes. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've never done big hikes like this, so I don't fucking know. Later that night, Luke is having another nightmare about the robbery and is woken up by Phil's screams. He comes out of his tent and finds Phil screaming that it was here, and Luke finds Hutch's tent empty and partially collapsed. The remaining three men...
I guess that's blood?
Yeah.
It's so watery.
The remaining three men rush deeper into the woods to search for him, but by dawn they realize that they're lost and unable to locate their campsite. While continuing their search without supplies, they find Hutch gutted and impaled on tree branches. So apparently this monster loves impaling people on trees.
Yes.
After giving him an impromptu burial,
very tall
which
monster.
I'm pretty sure it was, what was it Luke that said we're not leaving him up there like that?
Yeah, I think he was like, well, you can't leave him up there like that.
Yeah, everyone else is perfectly fine with leaving him up there like that.
I want to know how the hell they got that. I'm sorry. That was a pretty decent pound dude. Well, getting all the way up there and getting him off. Those were long fucking branches.
I mean, we don't
like
know how they did. For all we know, they just grabbed the legs and yanked.
Well, this is true, but I'm gonna think it would be a little difficult.
I don't think anyone's sitting on the other person's shoulder and like trying to gingerly take it off. He's dead. It's like you don't have to be gentle. But yeah, it's like it's once again it's showing that like Luke was just scared in the robbery. But when it comes down to it, even though Hutch was a dick to him, he's still like, no, we can't leave him like that. And fucking makes the others help him so that they can bury him. That's, you know. What is it? They give an impromptu burial, and then they continue on and look at all that spooky fog. Not having food or water, they find a creek and start drinking from it. It's dirty brown
Which I'm
water.
Sorry. Yep.
Don't do that.
I'm that guy. I'm sorry. I would have to fucking die in the fucking.
Could you even?
I would never.
Like it's a creek, but it just looks like stagnant water. Like,
it does. It looks like everything that you get that would kill you.
Yeah. No, I'm not. No, sorry. No.
It looked like they were drinking. They were drinking. It was liquid suicide.
I was like, no. How long can you go without water? I don't remember. Is it like a couple of days?
No. It's I think a week. I don't know. We're looking this up, guys. We are finding out info on the fly.
3 days. You can go 3 days without water. Yeah. The body
without
requires
a single
water to maintain natural internal temperature balance and keep cells alive. In general, a person can survive about 3 days without water. Awesome. So what that means is there's no need for them to be drinking out of this fucking
no.
Food. So
Crick.
Wabbit says food is.
As they
about a
say it up here, quick, down by the crick.
Yeah, down by the creek. So yeah,
How you
3
doing there,
days
silly
without
rabbit?
water and 1 week without food. So at this point, they're fine. Like, they don't need to drink that dirty-ass, stagnant, bug-infested parasite water. But they're drinking it like it's, oh god, I haven't had water in a week. And what's up, Wabbit? Where are we? Start drinking it, start around, don't do that. But with the water, they also find footprints leading away from them. They decide it's smarter to not follow the footprints, since southwest is the direction they need to get out. It's the opposite
That makes
direction of the
sense.
footprints. Luke is making very smart choices. They get to a certain point, and then they take a break to catch their breath. So Luke heads up to the ridgeline so he can try to see the end of the forest. He exclaims that Hutch was right. As he calls to the others, he notices a faint glimmer of torches, of like torchlights, like lighting a path.
Yeah.
As Luke turns around to get Phil and Dom, Phil is suddenly dragged away by an unseen creature. Luke chases after it and finds Phil's flashlight and Dom hiding behind a massive tree root. Hey, Dom. Thought you were supposed to fight for your friends, not hide. It's convenient that he said, you know,
his legs fucked up. His legs fucked up, don't you know?
Yeah. His meniscus. His meniscus.
The meniscus.
Yeah, his meniscus is hurt. Fucking Dom is so fucking useless. Even though they realize the creature has been stalking them the entire time, they also realize they have little choice but to make a run for it. So now all of a sudden, Dom can also run on this leg. He's been holding everyone back the entire time because it hurts so bad, but now he can run on it.
I mean, honestly, he's just trying to make everything worse. It just seems like it's just one thing after another that he's like, I hope they all die.
Walk on it or get left behind. That's just what it is. You're in survival mode. You can't take care of people like that. You're in survival mode. It's live or die.
If this was apocalyptic thing right now, it's either I would throw him to the zombies. I might have to kill you. Like,
I don't have the time for this. Go to the zombies.
You are the horse with a wounded knee. Like,
where are we? Luke turns around, fell down, suddenly dragged away. Yeah. So the creature gives chase, but they find that torch-lined path leading to a small settlement and rush into the cottage to hide. After they get inside, they're knocked unconscious. When they wake up, they find themselves restrained in a cellar. An elderly woman enters and inspects Luke's chest, revealing she bears a similar mark on her chest. The what?
I'm pretty sure she's like one of the shaman or priest women.
So her and Luke have the same mark on their chest. On her way out, she orders 2 men to take Dom upstairs. A younger woman enters and explains that preparations are being made for a sacrifice. A while later, a beaten Dom is returned to the basement, and he tells Luke he is to be sacrificed to the creature, and that this is the nightmare he had in the cabin. He tells Luke to escape and burn the village and everything else to the ground. Now Dom has a pair of balls. Now he's like, fucking get out and fucking burn it. As Dom is tied up outside by townsfolk, a desperate Luke breaks his thumb and partially frees himself from his restraints. During the ritual...
And he did all of that, and I feel so bad. It didn't even get him out.
What? Well, he eventually got out.
Yeah, eventually, after he did all that work, that poor fucking guy. Once he got out, I was like, you got to pop that shit back in, bro. Just put,
just pop
that back in. Just pop that shit back in and get going.
During the ritual, during the ritual, Dom has a vision of his wife emerging from the forest, not realizing it's the creature until right before it picks him up and impales him on a nearby tree. How could you even remotely think that that was your wife? You're in some random ass forest.
I think what it is this is a deity that does like the dreams kind of shit, where like it kind of like lullabies you into that.
But it's like he eventually realizes like, holy fuck,
because they were.
But it's like he ends up being like, oh fuck, like that's not my wife, and then the spell breaks.
Oh, he snaps out, yeah.
But shouldn't that have been immediate? Because why the fuck would your wife be there? It's kind of like when in dreams, the second something doesn't make sense, I'm like immediately taken out of the dream. It's like,
I haven't remembered my last dream and fucking I can't.
Oh, I did. I had an epic dream where I was Kratos last night. Oh, yeah, it was awesome. But it was like at first everything seemed super real, and then I called the Leviathan axe, and I was like, well, this isn't real. I was like, well, the fucking dream is ruined.
There goes the realism in that.
And I can't really call a Leviathan axe. Where are we? Here we go. Later, the young woman Yeah.
Okay.
Later, the young woman comes back, and Luke asks about the creature. She explains that it's the, you would know how to pronounce this, Jotun?
Houghton.
Houghton?
I'm not good at pronouncing them. Yeah.
Yeah, the Houghton, an
Also
ancient
fucking
godlike.
Scandinavian.
Yeah, it's an ancient godlike entity and the offspring of Loki. The cult provides
Bastard
sacrifices
offspring of
in return for immortality. Luke has been chosen, and he can either worship this entity or be sacrificed.
In which everybody, it said in there, they just needed him to fucking sit down and pray. In my eyes,
No.
if that was what's gonna stop me from getting fucking eaten by this thing or whatever the hell it does, just fucking bow your head, dude, and walk the
No.
fuck away.
No, because
Just
I
walk
think
away.
once you swear allegiance, you don't get to leave.
That's what I was thinking too. I think there's like a boundary for these people.
Now, I do have here, I searched for days for anything. I don't have anything to corroborate this, but I think that the woman that was talking to Luke is either the mom or the little girl from that family photo at the destroyed camp. She's the only one that speaks English. And I'm thinking it's the little girl, because if this is supposed to be like 2017, and she was the child and the rest of her family was killed, she would be about that age from the 80s.
Yeah, you know what? That'd be fucking cool if that actually was the case.
There's nothing to I have nothing to corroborate that. Like I checked everywhere online for anything, any interview with the director. There's nothing there.
No one could clarify that.
But there are other people, like if you Google like the actor's name, not the actor's name, the character's name and the movie, there's a Reddit post where someone else is asking this exact same question. And everyone is kind of in the same boat. It's like, well, she's the only one in that entire place that speaks English. And
that
in the 80s in
sense.
Sweden, they're traveling, they're doing all this stuff. They would probably speak English, like be able to speak English. Whereas the rest of the people there have been in this community for so long that like they don't speak fucking English.
Yeah.
A lot of the other people are super old. And she's not that old. She's about middle-aged.
She looks the youngest kind of out of all of them.
Yeah. So
and she's kind of trying to help them in a way, knowing that, like, listen, you're stuck here now. This is what
it's one or the other.
It. Yeah, it's either you die or you stay here with us weird ass fuckers.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, they casted some very eclectic-looking people for this.
So
that one guy was all lanky.
Yeah. So basically, this godlike entity, so long as these people keep providing sacrifices, grants them immortality. However,
that goes.
They aren't just not allowed to die. We're coming up. This is the part where he finally breaks free. He's sneaking past people, and Luke finds mummified worshippers. So they do age.
Kinda.
They age. But they don't die.
I thought the same thing. I think that's where they put them up there because they don't actually die.
Because he gets up there.
That's what it looked like, right?
He gets up there and he's like, oof, because it fucking smells like decaying flesh. Because the people aren't dying; they're just decaying.
Just decaying.
The woodland god just doesn't let them die. So age-wise, I'm guessing this kind of leads more towards she would be the little girl, because they'll still age, just not die. So 84 to 2017, she was the youngest one in that photo. So you agree?
Yeah, I feel like you're right. That might actually be it. I mean, I wish someone would actually go off and confirm these things. It's a great fucking movie to get like a fan fiction thing.
And it's like in the I never read the book, so I don't know, but like it might be explained in the book.
True. Another reason for me.
Maybe, I don't know. She leaves and Luke fully frees himself. He sneaks upstairs armed with a torch. He finds probably objectively the stinkiest room in the house. It's the room with all the mummified worshippers. They begin to move as he walks in, so he just lights all those motherfuckers on fire.
He did it so awkwardly too.
Yeah, well, he probably didn't want to burn himself, man.
He's like the way he looked, he was like,
yeah, he's like, I don't know.
And stuff, like he was like in shock, just like I'm burning these fuckers alive.
Yeah, so it burns the cabin, and it attracts what is it? Jotun? Hotun, the
Oh, the
monster.
giants.
The monster.
I
But yeah, so burning the cabin attracts the we'll just call it the monster, since I cannot for the life of me pronounce this fucking thing's name. All the worshippers are kneeling outside as the monster comes and begins whispering. The young woman responds, and the monster picks her up. Her screams are heard as Luke is finding a hunting rifle and heads downstairs loading it. Apparently, I guess he's never actually shot a gun, because that was just a comedy of fucking errors. To the point where the guy was just like, okay, and he's just like,
all right, I can see you're struggling.
He can't rack it. Let me help you, and then we'll continue. But he gets it fixed, shoots that dude. Another guy coming down with an axe shoots that dude. Then Luke runs outside of the burning house, smashing through the front door, finding the young woman dead with her eyes gouged out. The enraged,
yeah, they guess they were gouged out. They were like fucking just puffy.
Yeah, it was just like her eye sockets were agape. The enraged, I so want to know how to pronounce it right. The enraged monster is still attacking the young woman. So even though it killed it, like, it picks it back up. It picks her back up and fucking does more shit to her. When Luke spots it, he sees the monster picking up the chick. He starts shooting at the monster and then runs away.
No, he does not. Wait. So me and the wife said the same thing. He isn't shooting.
Just go.
He's at a far enough distance. You couldn't rack it. What makes you think you're fucking hitting it? Or that one rifle is taking down this giant fucking...
When the other two people, it looks like a fucking elephant.
Like,
the two other people he shot were, like, their bodies were right up against the barrel. There was no way for him to miss that. This, you're far enough away, you don't have to shoot. It's busy. Run away. Like, I don't fucking understand. Just fucking go. Go someplace else that isn't there.
It's no goddamn sense.
The monster pursues him and eventually cripples him with hallucinations, robs death before...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a cool scene. They did that very, very, very well.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to remember. Is this
it's
the
flashback of where it's a flashback.
Is this where the woods turn into
the
into
they
that?
integrate
dude,
the wood.
It looks so
floor.
fucking good.
Tell me that wasn't a cinema
good.
film. So what it was all the racks from the beginning scene was integrated in the. Oh, he's bringing it up. It was integrated.
You can talk about why I bring it up.
And they made the whole entire forest basically the innards of the store, and then you play it out again, and then they look over with like silver eyes, and I think they said this is your fault or some shit like that. It's a fucking done perfectly scene.
So it's like that's in the woods. You can see. Wish I could do the fucking. Oh, you can. Oh, sweet.
All the way
my mouse is there. So it's like you can see the ledge, the fucking shelving that's there with like the booze and everything.
You can see Luke.
Yeah, you can see Luke right there. The fucking lights come in and everything. It looks so good. It's like it just like appeared and shit, and it was so good. It was so fucking good. So a lot, like, I don't know what was being said, because a big problem with a lot of these films in general,
audio sometimes don't come out right. The music sounds like it was not on the right tracks.
Nobody fucking mixes volume correctly.
So I can't hear the fucking
audio. Should always be like the center of attention. People are talking, you need to hear what the fuck they're saying. That's just how it goes. Music and all that other shit needs to be behind. But they always mix it where music is a little louder. The biggest offender of this, and it's why I hate pretty much every one of his fucking movies, Christopher Nolan.
Nolan. Oh, I know that.
You know, he made the Dark Knight trilogy.
Okay.
Tenet, all that stuff. He mixes his audio like a pompous fucking asshole, where it's his shit is specifically mixed to be watched and listened to in IMAX theaters with perfect like stuff.
No, Silly Wabbit just said the same exact thing. Like the audio is not tracked right. I actually said it to the wife. I was like, it's not synchronized the way it's supposed to. You're not supposed to record it like that.
It's why I watch films with subtitles on, so I can actually hear what's fucking happening. But yeah, go back and watch Tenet. Like, if you've never seen Tenet, watch it. You can't hear a goddamn thing anyone is saying the entire fucking movie. Like when they're on a speedboat and traveling at like high speed, they're talking, but it sounds like they're 40 fucking miles away, and all you hear is the water. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? And he's like, that's the way I wanted it to be. It's like, shut the fuck up. You're a goddamn hack. Like, I don't fucking care. You're terrible. You made a couple of visually good movies, and now you're a pompous asshole. Fucking hate it. Fucking hate it so much. But yeah, so the monster pursues him, cripples him with his mind hallucination things of Rob's death, and then catches him and forcing him to kneel. And I like that, like, he kneels, and then Luke tries to stand up, and he sits his ass back down, and he tries to get back up, and he sits his ass back down. And then Luke...
Stay human!
Yeah, Luke refuses, and then takes the axe and fucking chops at it.
Yep.
It incapacitates it for a long enough.
It hits it once, yeah.
Yeah. That Luke runs out as fast as he can, emerging in an open field. Unable to leave the forest, the monster just roars in anger, while Luke shouts back in triumph before heading towards a paved road that shows a car approaching them, and that is the end of the ritual. What's your spoiler review?
So, honestly, the all of the visual effects for this movie are out of this world. They did it very well. It made you go. You felt like Luke, how he felt frustrated that he felt like he should have done something, and he feels like it's his fault. The whole group kind of feels like it shuts him out. So you're battling this whole entire emotion with him. Then you have this whole entity trying to like feed off that and get them because it's just so divided with the within the group. And it just made you like go with all the characters, and then you really start to hate Dom, because he is such kind of a fucking dick. But I like the fact that it also hits on the pagan aspect. I am pagan, and shit like that. So it's very cool to see that in it. And hey, quiet. I'm doing my review. And
no, I was saying for the pagan thing because I'm pagan too.
Oh, and honestly, if you have, it's not an overly long movie. If you have time to sit down and actually watch it, grab a coffee, grab fucking cookies and milk or something, and watch it. It's good. You had to watch a few times to see some of they are so good at angles and depth in this that there was one of the scenes where it's just a couple fingers on a branch, such far in the distance, but it's focused. You can actually see that branch is still focused while everything else is blurred and then back to focus, that you have to keep watching it. And it was done perfect. And it gives you like goosebumps. So I am giving it a 5, of course. That's my take on it.
But yeah, well, with this movie, I just, the storytelling is great. The acting is great. Even Dom, even though I fucking hate Dom, Dom is still so... Like, the acting-wise, it's still so good.
Yeah, I think he did a good job of playing the fucking dickbag.
Yeah, the locations are gorgeous. The monster is scary as all fuck.
It had several different kind of hands, and then when it stood up at one scene, that they all like kind of came together. It was cool. It was a sight to see.
Yeah. So I mean, there's nothing really to say. Like, the show is just the movie is just really. It's a 5 out of 5. Like, it's such a good movie that I would recommend anyone watch it.
And it's free on Netflix, guys. You don't have to spend a fucking dime. Go ahead and watch it.
Free with subscription. I was looking.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
I would say if you have someone's password, use that, but they're cracking down on that. But yeah, so fun facts: if IMDb and interviews and whatnot are to be believed, the international distribution rights were sold to Netflix for $4.75 million at the Toronto International Film Festival in 2017,
That's not bad at all.
where it had its premiere. Yes and no, because again, I can't find any info on how much they spent on production. Yeah, so it might have cost them $5 million to make it.
Yeah,
and then
true.
they made almost 1.8 million from theatrical release, and then selling it for another. So it's like, I don't know. I'm expecting it was cheaper, that they made it cheaper because they used the Canon EOS C300 Mark II and the Canon C700, and then Vantage 1 lenses, which are really expensive. Yeah, so they shot it digitally. They didn't shoot with film. They shot digitally.
But you gotta think that they spent some money on that visual effects. I'm gonna think that that was all CGI'd for the animal. Everything else looked all real. I think everything else was real, technically. And they left it with just enough suspense. They didn't need to use the monster a lot, and the gore wasn't too much to spend money on.
Yeah.
So
I really want to know what made him piss his pants. You know?
They look fucking terrified. That dude when he opened the tent and he was just like that. I was like, what the fuck happened to that guy?
That's the thing I
Looked like he
wanted
was
to bring
being
up.
raped.
That's the thing I wanted to bring up because you brought it up when you showed the trailer on your stream. When
Did I?
when Luke was like, when he was like, I'm fucking bleeding, and Dom goes, you did that to yourself. You probably walked into a tree.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
what?
I just walk into a tree and I just pulled myself off of her. Let me just pull myself off and be like, I forgot it real quick. The dude's a dick. He just blames him for everything.
Everything.
I was like, that just fucking doesn't even make any sense, you asshole. You guys
so
all
much.
been in the same fucking area, literally been camping next to each other. Yeah, fucking dick.
The creature in the film is actually based on, can't fucking say this name, Jotun, a race of Jotnar, fucking no, from Norse mythology. This is mentioned with the captions turned on, and was what the woman in the cabin identified the creature as to Luke. Raph Spall, who played Luke, and Sam Troughton, who played Dom, were both part of the Alien franchise. Spall was in Prometheus, and Sam was in Alien vs. Predator. The original tagline, like I said earlier, the original tagline that was used when advertising the film was, they should have gone to Vegas, but due to the massacre in Vegas that took place on October 1st, 2017, the tagline was changed to, they should have gone to Ibiza. Not Ibiza, Ibiza. And finally, the director, David Bruckner, is also directing the Hellraiser Hulu movie. Which looks dope.
Man, yeah, that series, yeah. When is that coming out?
I think soon.
Man, now I want to watch that.
Is it fucking crazy that Hellraiser is owned by Disney?
What?
Yeah.
Like the series? Like they own the rights of Hellraiser now?
Yeah. The production companies are 20th Century Studios, which is 20th Century Fox.
Well, I mean, that's not that uncommon. But that's not that uncommon.
No, but like,
you know what I mean?
Think about
they own other studios.
They own Aliens too.
Oh shit! Yeah,
it's 20th Century Fox. Disney bought 20th Century Fox, so now technically Hellraiser is a Disney movie.
A lot of franchises that are now Disney's. Yeah,
it's almost as if they've created a monopoly.
Never. What are you talking about? So
this is supposed to come out. The Hellraiser Hulu movie is October 7th, 2022. That's when it's supposed to be coming out. So next week's film that we will be reviewing and
lay it on them
spoiling is going to be the Shudder original film, The Ranger.
We did what we could. And don't you ever forget me.
Welcome to the happiest night of your life.
How's that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's good. That's good.
Told you.
That's good.
Told you.
I'm happy with that. Very happy.
Thank you everyone for watching, and we will be live again later, and the podcast will be back next week. Bye.